Everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name's Josh. Thanks for joining me. Today we're talking about someone brand new. I've had this thing kind of went down right before I went on vacation, so I've been wanting to talk about it a lot. A lot of people have already covered this influencer, and it's a lady who went on TikTok and posted a video she probably shouldn't have posted, and then she had to go into full-blown oh no, my daughter is having the best time of her life. Her name is Tiania or some shit. Scarlett and Tiania. These types of stories really get me because these moms are so effing dumb with their excuses. They don't see what everybody else sees because they don't want to, because they make their money. So let's get going. So I got Snapchat filter for Mac. It's pretty cool, and you can record. So I'm going to do this for a little while. I'm not going to do it forever, but I think it's hilarious. So let's go through some of the filters. There's a crab on my nose. This technology is crazy, right? What's this one? I did this one yesterday. So, what's this? Bees. Hey. Yeah, this one's all right. Looks like me normally anyway. This one's weird. What's this one? Messy hair. What's up? Hey, I can do some parody songs with this hair. It doesn't move, though. I wish it moved a little more, but it's more, let's get hairspray, I guess. Crazy face. Hi, what's going on? Yeah, that's all right. What's this one? Cute cheeks. Ladies, what do you think? Yeah, you want to pinch these bad boys? What's this one? Awesome. Who made this filter? You're my hero. Oh, I'm sticking with this one probably. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, it's all right. I'm smarter than you in so many ways. Look at the size of my brain, right? You guys are just jelly of my life. Hey, it looks like I get from Up. The grandpa from Up. What's this? That's dumb. Fries. Hey, I live on the Doherty Dozen's kitchen floor. What's going on? So messy down here. Smells a little bit like dog pee as well. She's wearing those jeans again. Are you serious? Stop wearing those jeans. Stop using paper plates. Stop saying but first coffee. Watch your hands. Stop spending so much money. I'm going to do a whole video on Doherty Dozen floor fries. That's awesome. Man, who does these? These are so good. Oh. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you. Okay. It's just a corn on the cob. Oh, but it moves around, I guess. All right, we're going to stick with this one for the rest of the day. Love it. All right, we're sticking with this one. Anyway, I don't know what I was doing all that. Oh, you guys want to see something cool? Update. Couple updates. Boom, new tat. She did this one yesterday. I got a story time for you, too. There it is, if you want to see it. It's got the skin. It's so hot right now because it's just burning. So, now that we got the lion done, she did that first. Kathy, who's the owl, is going to go right here. And then it connects to all the tiger and the giraffe. Very cool. She's really very good. Her name is Lydia, and she's very, very talented, very nice. And I got to say one more thing before we continue, because I got a whole bunch of boxes I need to open up and do live. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But I cannot believe this. You guys, yesterday, Kathy went to get packages because I was getting my tattoo done. Kathy's like, you have 8 packages. I'm like, what? I can't tell you guys. It actually made me cry a little bit. Okay, so I shouldn't have done this, but I basically said, hey, if you guys can find some gujitsus around your area, let me know. Right? Some of you did. Someone sent me some stuff, and then I got them, and then I had 4,000 messages. Oh, and you know what it warms my friggin' heart? Because you guys, I got 1,000 messages on people I can find them free, I'll send them to you. People didn't even want payment. They didn't want me to pay them back, but of course I'm not going to take anything for free. But I literally had 10 packages of Heroes of Jiu-Jitsu without even asking. I shouldn't have asked, to be honest with you. It's too many. There's so many duplicates. So Wesley's gonna give them away to the toy, he's gonna give them to the food bank. So when kids go in there, they can have a Hero of Jiu-Jitsu, anything extra. He did take a couple of them, so really, really appreciate you. Guys, thank you so much for being amazing. Okay, I didn't expect that, and I promise I'm not going to ask for things. I mean, unless I will ask for things, but I will pay for them. I don't want you guys to be sending me free stuff. It's not what I'm doing this for, okay? So please, if you sent me a Hero Gajitsu, please remind me it was you so I can send you some swag, okay? A t-shirt and some candy. I need to hook you up, okay? So please, I went through the boxes and all that stuff. We got rid of the addresses. I forgot. So if you did send me a Hero Gajitsu, please send me your address and your shirt size so I can hook you up. And again, thank you so effing much, okay? That made Weston's night. He was literally ecstatic. And I said, Weston, he's like, where are these from? I'm like, they're from Daddy's people that follow him on YouTube. And he was like, oh my God, thank you. So he said, thank you so much. And he was like, he was on cloud 9, okay? Hero Gajitsu's favorite thing. I had to order him the one it's like a super rare one. I forget if it's like a, I don't know, Decepticon. I don't know what it is. I ordered it $150. So I'm glad I didn't get that one because those are too expensive. But again, thank you so incredibly much for everything that you guys do. That was very generous of you, and I definitely want to hook you up. So thank you, because we made Westy's night, and he was so happy. He thinks he has fans. So there you go. All right, sorry, let's get on to this friggin' thing. So basically what happened back in the day, a couple of weeks ago, was this lady. Her name is Scarlett and I think it's Tiania, I guess. And so someone had released this previously. I think it was from a live that she was doing. And I want to precursor that with stop putting your children on lives. And what she's about to do here, regardless of what you see in the mirror and everything else, everybody has seen this video. But what you've seen here is silly. If you put your child in front of a live viewer audience on any platform, you are a shitty parent. You understand what I'm saying? And you get what I'm coming at? There are people who could say things inside that chat to your daughter. Okay, don't ever do this. Don't ever put your kids on a live. Don't do it. Understand? But let's watch what everybody was up in arms about, because this was pretty bad, actually.
Oh, I don't have time to do that. Your brother's going to do it in the car. Get in your seat now.
Okay, so she's very, I guess she's real and raw, right? She's trying to be that, some parents are like that, right? And again, we can take that tone with our children a lot and all that kind of stuff. Just trying to get them ready for school, get your snow pants on. That's the tone that I'm not really worried about. But she's on a live, okay? So just watch your shit, I guess. I don't know. But she's already coming off super abrasive to her daughter.
Let's go. Come on. Love you.
And she yells at her, she's like, love you. That's the most, don't do that. Okay, because your kids are going to get major mixed signals. Somebody asked me the other day, Josh, would you ever give parenting advice? And so I will sometimes. I'm not saying I'm the best parent, but if you want it, here's my 2 cents in parenting advice. Don't give your kid mixed signals by being super abrasive in the language and the tone you speak to your child, and then the next sentence be, love you, because they'll think that's normal. And that shit ain't normal, okay? That's like bipolar shit. Don't do it. If you're going to be strict or you're going to have some kind of tone, have a reason for doing that tone and tell them that, they should be able to differentiate. Your children should be able to differentiate between tones, right? If they're in trouble, they should know that. But not in the next sentence, love you. They're going to be confused. And you're on a camera and I think you realized how shitty you sounded and you said, love you. I'm not blurring the child in this case just because I want you to see at the end what happens. But pay attention to that mirror.
You say hey to everybody?
So she sees herself in camera, doesn't want to say hey to everybody on chat. Like, this is this kid's reality. This is her life. She doesn't want to do it. Okay? Watch. She's like, gah, gah.
I don't want to be in there.
So everybody thinks she flipped her off there. I can zoom in, but it's not a very high resolution thing. It doesn't a lot. She said she did this, which I want to say she did. I don't think she flipped off her daughter. I don't think so. But that's not the problem here. Everybody's like, you flipped off your daughter. Okay. I mean, the behavior otherwise, flipping off is just added to the bullshit she's doing. She's forcing her kid to get on this live. Okay. As soon as that daughter says, I don't want to, boom, it's over. You don't force her by doing this. The fact, what you're seeing here is actually what you're not supposed to see. And I'm telling you, almost every family vlogger who has children in their content has done this or coerced their children in some way, whether that be through bribery, whether that be through guilt, or like this, through pure aggressiveness, have forced their children to be in content. As soon as, and you guys would talk about consent. Does that sound like consent to you? That is not consent. That's the daughter saying no. So when you're a child, and here's some more parenting advice if you want some, and this is something we decided to do as parents really early, okay? Because I didn't get to consent when I was a child to things that happened to me. So I take that very seriously. If I'm tickling Weston or Everly, and this has been since they were young, okay? And they say, stop tickling me, I make it a point to be like, you're right, I stop. Because I want my kids to know that their consent really matters to what's happening to them. And I mean, if they say I don't want to eat vegetables or I don't want to, like, that's a little bit different, right? But it's when it comes to their body, when it specifically comes to things like their body, if I'm tickling them or whatever, and they say stop, I stop. Okay, what she's doing there is forcing her daughter to be on camera in a live, and she's like, she's being really aggressive, and she probably says, I'm a mama bear and I'm aggressive and that's the way I am. Right? Okay, whatever. But you don't ever do that. Your daughter did not give you consent right there, and you forced her to do it. Now continue to watch.
I want to be in there.
She doesn't want, watch.
Okay.
Boom. This is what broke my heart. Okay, look, I'm not trying to like sad fish or anything here. Okay, I'm not trying to clutch my pearls. As soon as she starts bawling her eyes out, something triggered in me, and I think a lot of people saw this, and this is what got people. Not that she flipped off her daughter, allegedly, whatever you want to think. Not the tone of her voice. Not even it's the force, the pressure, and the like absolute aggressiveness. Get in the camera. And then when the daughter looks at her mom, something in the way that she looked at her mom triggered her to do this. This is what happens as a trigger from a core memory. This kid. Now, I'm not saying this mom does anything terrible. But from my reaction, and I'm not a child psychologist, but if a child psychologist were to look at this video, it'd be really interesting to see what their takeaway would be, because she starts bawling her eyes out, and it's like it's a moment where this isn't fake. She's not trying to be a sulk. She's not trying to be a sulky baby. She's not trying to get her own way. She literally, that's a fear cry. That's not. This is something you take very seriously, and you could see with the mom's aggression in the mirror why it triggered her to do that. So something tells me, like when the camera's off, it's 10, 20 times worse than what you're seeing right here. Because that girl's trigger, and I'm going to show you again. I need you to see it in its full entirety. Watch.
I want to be in there.
She did that look. Now watch.
Okay, tell everybody bye.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, all right, bye. She doesn't want to be on camera, so we got to go. Bye.
Watch.
Sorry.
Does that not break your heart? When she's like, sorry. She has to apologize to her mom's f***ing TikTok fans. Does that not just infuriate you? Sorry. She feels like she needs to apologize to these people. We've seen a lot of shit on this platform, okay? We've seen a lot of terrible stuff. A lot of exposing of like periods and dating and like shaving legs and all inappropriate shit, which is terrible. This here is low level. I don't even know how to say this without, I'm not even going to allegedly. That isn't a reaction to abuse. That girl crying and apologizing to those fans. So you know that this lady multiple times has guilted this kid, not just now, but has done this multiple times. This isn't the first time this has happened. Then she comes in when she realizes everything's going on. She doesn't want to be a camera. No. You were like, get in the camera. So you don't really care what your daughter wants.
It's okay.
As soon as that kid started crying, she came into the frame. That's what happened.
If you don't want to be on it, that's fine. All right.
Oh, is it fine?
Here. Bye, y'all.
So there one. But here's the thing that really pissed me. She went like this. Now, when you see her doing this, to me, as a person who was abused as a child, okay, was physically abused and assaulted a lot, that is the threat of violence. That is a threat, I'm going to spank your ass. That's what I see there. What does that mean? That's when the kid starts crying. Don't take this shit seriously, folks. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. So, oh shit. It actually does look like she's giving her the finger right there. What the hell? Wow. Then she went to the bathroom. Then the kid starts crying. Then she comes out. So then after that, it's the influencer. The old influencer explanation / apology, not apology. Okay? And then, okay, so if it's not bad enough what she did there, when it is, and if you tear it apart like I did, frame by frame or whatever, movement by movement, that should absolutely get everybody super angry, and it did. Right? The threat of violence right there should scare the shit out of everybody. Who is this baby girl's dad? Right? Where's he? Because I know she's a single mom, I think. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong about that. But it sounds like she's a single mom and I think in another video, she states, if you go to her Reddit thread, that she only dates black men because they're, I don't know, for whatever reason, she likes their swagger or something, which that's super racist. Let's just be real. Anyway, so she said that she only dates black men. But where is this child's father? Okay? And to make your whole entire if you want to argue that she doesn't exploit her child, the damn channel is called Scarlett and Tiania. So Scarlett's name is first. This kid's in every bit of content. As soon as I messaged her and then she talked to me, she didn't know who I was, she blocked me. So basically I said, hey, that's really shitty what you did. I mean, what are you doing? And she's just like, no, my daughter lives her best life. I was like, that's what you're going to say after what we saw, that she lives her best life? And then she blocked me, obviously, because she didn't know who I was, which is fine. I'm like, you don't know who I am, but you're going to I said, you don't know who I am, but I hate the exploitation of children online. You're going to have a bad week. Like, not from me, but from everybody who's going to cover this. Because what you did was absolutely shitty. And you guys all saw that with your eyes, right? Nobody's overreacting to that. She'll say you're overreacting. So this is what she did. So she's on the cruise at this time, taking her kid on a cruise, because she told me, she's like, I literally am on, because I was calling her out. And she's like, I'm literally on our Disney cruise. She's living her best life. I'm like, just because you take your kid on a Disney cruise doesn't mean she's not abused. Okay, stop. This is the thing that's wrong with TikTok people that follow these types of people. They'll say you're a good mom because you feed them and you look at their best life. No. You're living your best life. You're dragging this child along with you without her informed consent and put her on camera. You abuse this child. You put her on camera without her informed consent. You are using her for clout and internet fame. Okay, there's no other way to put it. You're a disgusting piece of trash. You are garbage. Okay, so watch this. So she gets on the cruise and shit goes crazy, so she has to address it.
Okay, I wanted to wait to address this whenever I got back home as we were all...
Oh, no. Just say when I got back home. Not whenever. Okay? Please stop that.
On vacation, and Scarlett feeds off of my energy, and I just want it to be... I just want her to have a really good time.
Do you hear that? Scarlett feeds off my energy. So why would you say that? When we just saw the energy in that mirror. That's why and she's right. Scarlett does feed off energy. So when she does this movement of like, I'm going to hit you, or like do this, or that's the energy you're putting out to Scarlett. And then in a second, love you. That's the energy you're going to give her? Bipolar energy? Yeah, you're an idiot.
With that said, first, I did not flip Scarlett off, okay? Anyone that knows me knows
Here we go.
that I am an amazing mom.
Okay, stop. Here it is. Let's open the old book, Family Vlogger Excuses. Page 755. Everybody who knows me knows I'm a good mom. Nobody fucking knows you. Okay? You're an influencer. You sit on the internet. You don't have any friends. There's nobody who knows you. Well, if everybody who knows you, let's talk to the baby dad. Let's see if he knows you. Let's get the real story. He's likely a deadbeat too. You attract your tribe, right? You attract your tribe. And again, I need to make this shirt. If you have to say the thing, you're not the thing. Everybody knows me. I'm an amazing mom. Well, what we just saw with our eyes is that you're not an amazing mom. You're abusive. That's what we saw. So were you saying that we shouldn't trust our eyes? A lot of us here are parents. We get that. A lot of us were abused children too. And we know the body language. We're seeing everything. That probably triggered a whole shit ton of people, by the way. So don't sit here and say I'm an amazing mom when we can see with our eyeballs that you're not. And you're not because you exploit your child for money. So there's so many ways that you're not. So don't.
One thing that I freaking know for sure.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I yell. Okay, I'm a yeller. I don't spank, so I yell.
Oh, no, I bet you spank. And there's nothing wrong with being a yeller. Like in our house, we're always yelling. We're always screaming. But it's the tonality. It's the tone. It's the cadence. Everything you do when you yell at your child is like, hey, let's go out. Or like, hey, eat all your Cheerios. We got to get going. And there's a big difference in the way of like, eat your Cheerios, you're grinding forever. Or get on that live right now. There's a big difference in yelling. And so you showed her, yeah, and she's trying to diminish what she does. But she is a yeller, she's an abuser, and she's an exploiter. The end. That's all you need to know about this one. And so of course she's going to get on there and tell you what she thinks you need to hear. Who the hell's believing this shit?
Basically, every once in a while, Scarlett's maybe got 3 spankings in her whole entire life.
Oh, but you just said you don't hit your child. Except, 3 spankings? And she's talking about her whole entire life like this kid's 30-something years old. Was she 7? My kids have never been spanked, ever, nor will they ever. I will never physically harm my children, ever, and I don't think anybody should. I don't care who you are. Like, we can disagree on it, but I will always stand on no physical violence to children. It's never going to work. That just teaches them physical violence is the answer. And it's not. Okay? So, don't sit there and say, I don't hit my child, so I yell at them really mad, and then in the next sentence say, oh yeah, but I do spank her. Are you out of your mind? Like, okay? She's 7, so you spanked her 3 times? That's a lot. That's a lot of beatings. And those are core, you know what spanking is a core memory? So if you're gonna spank your child, you say 3 times, and I bet you she's like being very low estimate on that. She spanks her children, so don't even lie.
She's almost 6, okay?
Oh, she's not even 6, and she's had 3 spankings. Okay. So don't say the words, I don't spank my kids, and then again, say the thing next. I don't spank them, but I spank them. What are people supposed to take away from that?
Scarlett don't listen. She don't listen. So, it's something that we're working on. No, you didn't.
Did you just blame this whole shit thing that you did on your 5-year-old daughter? Did you guys hear what I just heard? Am I clutching pearls here? Am I being a little bit crazy? You just blamed your behavior, your shitty, abusive, exploitative behavior on a child that doesn't listen? But let's go back and let's say that, because we all know that children don't listen. That's children. Okay, so are you serious right now? So you think she deserves the abuse because she doesn't listen? But let's go back to what she wasn't listening to. The daughter did not want to go on a TikTok live in front of people. She didn't want to. And you were literally abusively telling her to do it. So, she doesn't want to listen, so she doesn't want to be alive, so that's her fault? Harry Potter and the freaking audacity of this crazy lady. You're seriously going to blame your 5-year-old for your behavior? That doesn't sit right.
And before this video, like before that little clip came out, the beginning of the live, she was being silly and joking and all that. I asked her, do you want to go live? Because we were on Amazon Live. These people that are doing this don't like me. They have not liked me since 2000.
You didn't finish your thought. She's really being silly 2 seconds ago, probably till the camera turned on, right? That's what it sounds like happened. Do you want to go on a live? You didn't say she answered yes or no. You didn't say anything. You said, this is probably what happened, because I'm going to have to translate trash person talk. Ready? She told her daughter, we're going on a live, be on your best behavior. That's what happened here. She didn't ask her daughter to go on a live. And then when her daughter didn't want, she's like, these people who post this don't like me? Yeah, because I wonder why nobody likes you. If you show yourself to be an abusive parent, nobody should like you. Understand that? Something tells me this woman has no close relationships with family, baby daddies, siblings, friends, nothing. Something tells me she's on an island by herself. Probably has some surface level influencer friends. Something tells me she's out there by herself. She's definitely, no, this is a toxic, cancerous person.
2020, November, I think it was like November 2020. These people have a vendetta.
Did she say she posted it November 2020? So the kid was what, 4?
Whatever that word's called. For me, it has nothing to do with Scarlett. They're not trying to...
Oh, they have a vendetta against you, nothing to do with Scarlett. No. These are people who say, we think you're abusing Scarlett, and here's the proof of that. What do you mean they have a vendetta? Okay, so fine, yeah? If you want to say we have a vendetta, cool. Yeah, I have a vendetta against those who abuse children. Okay. What, is that supposed to be a bad thing? Idiot.
Thank you, Scarlett, or whatever they're trying to do. They don't like me, okay?
Yeah, because you're a douchebag. Straight up douche.
They have something against me, and they are trying to bring me down.
No. Okay. They have something. Yeah, what they have against you is that you are abusive. What do you mean they have something against you? Yes, of course they do. Yeah, that's why they posted it. What are you trying to say? So she alludes to everything in the front, which is a complete lie, which is debunked in 2 seconds. Then she deflects to her, it's being her daughter's fault because she doesn't listen. Okay. Then she deflects to the people who posted because they have a vendetta against me. Are you going to sit here and say, you know what, guys, I probably shouldn't have acted that way towards my daughter. I realize and I see the fault in my ways. I'm going to go try to be a better parent. I'm going to get some parenting advice, some parenting tips. Maybe I'll go to some parenting therapy, some parenting courses, whatever it needs to be better. That's all you have to say here. Then nobody's going to say shit. But this is the type of person that cannot be wrong and will deflect to everybody, including the victim, which is the daughter, for her being how she is. So it's the daughter's fault she's who she is. You can't make this shit up, people.
And mess up my reputation and me as a mom.
You messed up your own reputation. You posted that. You acted that way. You did that threatening body language and all that shit. We saw it with our eyes. Nobody made that's not a deep fake. No one made that up. It's not a rumor. We can see it.
And me as my character. Back to Scarlett, don't listen. Scarlett, don't freaking listen, okay? I'll tell her 5 million times.
Are you really going to double down on it being Scarlett's fault?
Something, okay? Whereas, and so maybe about the 5th time, I'm a little freaking perturbed, and I'm like, okay?
Wow. So you're admitting you're abusive. Really good. Really good. So she doesn't want to be in a life, so I will get upset and I will do the thing. We know. We saw it. And so now you're admitting it. Are you crazy? Clearly you are.
Maybe No, for sure, I should have cut it off before then.
No, you should have not put your kid on live. Get your kid off the fucking internet.
I should have cut off the video before I say get up. Okay?
That's not what people are upset about, you dumbass. They're not upset about that. They're upset about the threats of physical violence. That's what we're upset about. She's trying to be like, okay, I should have. There's no apology, though. It's just like, right, I should have hid how shitty I was. You're right. She's upset she got caught, by the way. But it should speak volumes where she just said this thing. I should have cut it off before you saw who I really was. Wow. You're real smart. Something tells me this shit did not stay in school.
I should have done that. I should have not talked about her itching on live. I should have not.
What? Her itch? She talked about her itching on live. Oh, that just makes this way worse. You are like crosshairs now. I'm going to find every effing thing wrong with what you did, and I'm going to roast you like I roast Dockety Dozen. You are a shit person. This woman deserves all the snark. She deserves to be exposed. And if anybody out there is watching this video who knows and has videos of her that are saved, please reach out to me. Please reach out. She's not getting away with this shit. This is terrible.
Done that. So I am agreeing with y'all on that, but I did not flip my child off. I do not.
Yeah, if you're talking about your child's itching shit on the internet, I'm oh my God, what is it? Great. You
not abuse her at all. Scarlett is living her best life. She is good.
There it is. Is she living her best life being abused? Is being abused and having your mom scream at you and force you to be on live, is that her best life? Just because you take on a fucking Disney cruise doesn't mean she's living her best life. Okay? You know what a child's best life is? And I've said this a million times. Here's more 2 cents parenting advice. Is not abusing them. Is not doing things without their consent. Is not putting their whole life on the internet. Talking about itching and putting them in lives and putting them in front of predators' eyeballs. That's a best life. This is not your best life because you make a little bit of money off TikTok and you're an influencer? That's your child's best life? No, liar. You're living your best life at the expense of your daughter. No. Scarlett's living her best life. Is she? No, that child is abused. I can see it. I was an abused child. I see it. Man, that triggered me. When she said sorry, did that not break your heart? Okay, guys? This daughter is not only gaslit probably every single day of her life. She feels she needs to be sorry when she doesn't do what her mom wants her to do. And she's saying sorry to those people behind the camera. No child should be aware of that, ever. That she has to apologize to nameless heads on the internet watching another child. You should absolutely be completely ashamed of yourself. There are so many things you can see in this child, and I'm not a psychologist. And the fact that we can see that with our eyes instantly, that should speak volumes. Because if an actual child psychologist saw this, or CPS or whatever saw this, shit, man. Okay? That should break your heart. And this woman here is deflecting that it's her fault, then it's these other fans' fault, and then it's her haters' fault, not taking any responsibility except for, I shouldn't have talked about her itching on a live. You dirty rat. You just dirty rat.
Y'all, and the fact that y'all are like, the fact that y'all have no idea and you're literally telling me to go off myself.
What do you mean we have no idea? What do you mean? We saw it. What do you mean we have no idea?
And messaging my children and messaging my family. Like,
messaging your children, eh? How do people message your children? How's that even possible? Are you not understanding what's coming out of your mouth? You need to get yourself checked. You're an idiot. I'm glad you're an idiot. What do you mean they're messaging your children? How? How do your children have a place where people can message them? Calling your family. You don't get privacy. If you want to be an influencer, and this seems to be happening a lot more lately, you do not get to be famous on the internet, making tons of cash, raking in money, and then in the same breath be like, but I want my privacy. You don't get it. Okay? Although I will agree with her here. Don't involve people's family. If they are not on the internet, they're not a part of this. And the children, they are on the internet, but also they're not a part of this. They don't deserve to be emailed. And if you did that, what is wrong with you? But let's bring it back. There's no way anybody could do that unless she made that possible. So everybody's to blame here. Her and the people who would message children. What an idiot.
I don't understand. Like,
you don't understand when people don't like people abuse children? Huh. Let me help you understand. Children need to be protected. You're not protecting your children, so people get up in arms when they see this. What do you mean you don't understand? What's not to understand?
The hate messages that I'm getting right now, and everybody is so about mental health right now, and y'all are like telling me to go jump off a bridge.
So ignore it. You're on the internet. You literally put a video of you, I'm going to say, abusing a child. I mean, you might not have physically abused her, but that's mental abuse, what you did there. And it looks like you were physically threatening her. So what do you mean? Did you expect people to be like, yeah, all good? And the people who would say that are people who probably beat their children. And so shame on you.
Like, over something you have no idea what has happened.
Stop saying that. We saw it!
I do not make Scarlett go live. I do not make her do videos. I ask her. You can ask anybody in my life. I always ask her, do you want to do this? If she says no, we don't do it.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's watch it again.
I'm like,
Do you know where your brush is?
I don't want to be in there. I don't want to be in there.
Okay, tell everybody bye.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, all right, bye. She doesn't want to be on camera, so we got to go. Bye.
Sorry.
She doesn't want to do it. You say do it, and you do threats of physical violence. What? Why do you say these words when all I have to do is show the clip of you lying? You're lying. And that's not the first time you did that. You know that that's a daily thing for her. Okay? Why do these people lie? Like, we can't just fucking see the lie. Oh my God.
So, like I said, there it is.
Oh, there it is. All cleared up. Great, there it is.
My boys know I'm amazing mom. Scarlett knows that I love her so much. And thank you so much for all the support and love from everybody that is out there supporting.
If you support what she did there, if you actually saw what you saw with it and you saw what we all saw, and you're like, yeah, no, all good. And that's the type of parent you are, shame on you. You're a shit parent then. Like, you're garbage. You shouldn't have children, I'll say it. You should not have children. Okay? You don't deserve them. You're an abuser. Okay? And that's coming, and people are like, oh, Josh, you have mommy issues. Okay, fine. I'm upset in this video, yeah, because I was abused as a child, and that language, the body language and the threats and everything else, that's what my mom did. Okay, and I see that. You know, I did forgive my mom, and we had to reconcile. We reconciled later in life. But that didn't negate the fact that I had so much effing childhood trauma from all the abuse that I suffered. It still affects me as I'm older, even though that, you know, everything did get better. Okay, it doesn't negate that it did happen. And so, yeah, I have mommy issues, and I'll project them onto you because I think you're doing the exact same thing abusive parents do to their children. And those kids need to be protected, right? Just because you're a influencer doesn't mean you get to, like, be whatever you want. It means you should probably be the opposite. You should probably be better than you are. You piece of garbage. You human filth. So let me know what you think in the comments below. But am I taking it a little bit too offensively? Am I overreacting? Because I think what you're going to see is maybe a little bit of split. Some people are like, yeah, maybe you're overreacting, and I can take that. Okay, but I think people who were physically abused and assaulted as children, they're going to be the ones that get hurt by this the most, right? They're going to be the ones that see this and take that the most. And so I see that. I do. But she's a piece of shit. I don't care. You can even take away the abusive behavior and the threatening behavior. The fact that she exploits this child is all you need. Agreed? Agreed. As you might recall, I did a video on Brittany Jade a little while ago. This is the one who was in the car, and they had the twins in the back, and they tried to trick the twins and think there was like one of the kids died in the womb, and it was like super out of taste, disgusting, to win a cruise, and she thought it'd be funny. She got hammered for that, right? Like basically low level canceled. To this day, like I think she lost a lot of subscribers. She's still on TikTok every single day because what else are these people gonna do, right? They literally have no discernible talents whatsoever except for makeup and thinking they're influencers. But there's a pivot point, and then it's all downhill from there. She's on the downhill slide, right? So she does that video, goes super viral, gets like articles written about her, and then she's like, I'm sad, and she's like, and then she did a shitty apology, okay, with like music behind it. It was garbage. And then she did this video, and so this is like kind of she's living off of the negative energy, and even though she doesn't, like, these people like drama, and it's, you know, drama does help you initially for a little while, but if everything you do from that point forward is drama, it's just going to collapse on itself. Drama is super toxic all the time, and it will always infiltrate like a cancer, and it will destroy everything within inside of it. Drama is like, again, short-term gain, long-term failure. Okay, so anyway, she's been living in this drama. She's soaking up the energy because these types of narcissistic a-holes, they just need to be in the public eye no matter what, good or bad. They'll take it and they'll keep perpetuating, even though they want to forget all about it, which she's going to say that here in a second, but then we'll continue to perpetuate negative energy. Watch this.
The other day I joined late into a conversation, but when I came in, the girls asked me, would you want to party? Would you want to be cremated? What would your one wish be? Something were to happen with us.
She always puts this like worshipy music in the background too, and then always has a fucking filter on. If you can't do a serious video without putting a literal makeup filter on your face to look perfect, I'm already, everything you say past that point, I'm like, you're a damn liar.
And mine was easy. I would just want my kids and my family to be taken care of. Then it got me thinking, and there is one more thing. As long as I'm living, I'm fine with whatever it says about me on the internet.
No, you're not.
No, I can't change any of that. I know my daughter has seen a lot of it, and when my boys learn to read, they will too. But I get to be a living example to them right now. But
I know where she's going with this. I'm going to interrupt a little bit. Yeah. Let this be a lesson to every shit-ass exploiter out there. The internet's forever. It's forever. It's forever. This is what happens. If you're going to be a shitty person, that's going to live on forever. So let this be a lesson. Again, this is why even kids can't consent to this shit. Because these people, they're full-grown adults, and they don't even see the negative outcome of the shit that's going to happen to them. One day they say something, and it's over for them. Those kids don't even understand any of that, and you're forcing them to be a part of this whole world. They will never understand that. You don't even understand what could happen. So why are we allowing kids on a platform where shit like this can go down? Right? They could say something now that could affect them way in the future, and they didn't mean to say it. Or they did, but they were kids. Okay? You don't get to be here like, oh, it's my legacy. You left this legacy. If you were an asshole, and that is what you put on the internet, why are you surprised when that's your fucking legacy?
if I'm not here for whatever reason, if a terrible accident happened tomorrow, and I'm not here to be that living example.
What do you mean, the example of being a shitty person? I don't know. She's saying, what are you saying?
When you put my name into any search bar, I don't want them to have to remember me for that. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't like your fake crocodile ass tears. Then maybe, hear me out, bring it on in. Don't be a flaming asshole. You ever give thought to that? These people think they're like, they get in their head. They think they're so good. And they're like, because they have influence and the power and the dopamine hits and everything. And they forget that they're eventually all their real shit's going to come out. And that's what happened there. Okay? You don't get to cry on the internet after you're an asshole on the internet. It doesn't work that way. Because if you look at her content, nothing's changed. She's still the same shitty person.
It is sad that I fear being remembered for that because I know that is not who I am. I know that one mistake does not define me. It
actually does define you. Sorry. You might say it doesn't, but it's not the reality of it. Yes, it does define you. And you're making a video here about how it defines you. You just said it. Type my name into a bar. That's what defines me. And I know it doesn't define me. Well, it does. Regardless of the words coming out of your puffed up lips, okay? It does define you. You know it defines you, or this video doesn't exist. You get that? Yes, it does. And it serves you right. It should define you.
I wanted this message to also be a warning. If you are wanting to do social media, if you are wanting to be a creator, the internet is forever. I hear a lot of people
ding, ding, ding,
giving the advice of just post it. Yeah, that would not be mine. You always need to think things through because
something tells me this isn't going to be the last thing, or even since the shitty thing she did is probably other. If you go to her Brittany Jade snark page on Reddit, I bet you it's full of shit she's done since then. So just get off the internet. Here's the one way you can do this. Yes, the internet's forever, right? But one way you can do this is if you walked away tomorrow. If you walked away right now, Brittany Jade, just turned off all of your social medias, turned them off. In 2 days, you're forgotten. No one gives a shit. No one cares. But because you perpetuate and you want to continue to be an influencer, you can't let go of the followers and the dopamine hits and everything you're getting. That's on you. If you walk away right now, right, and you could, your kids will be protected from that. That shit will go away. Eventually, it'll just be like obviously it'll be on the internet. But if you continue to be out here and growing and everything else, of course you're going to get more people. As people see this video, they're not going to know who you are. Now they're going to go hate you, and now they hate you, and they should because of who you are. Okay, so no, get off the internet. If you want to protect your children, get lost. That's it. You will be forgotten, but they don't want to because they don't want to be forgotten.
If not, you could end up hurting a lot of people, even when you didn't mean to.
No, you hurt your family. Who cares about what anybody else that you offended? Who gives a shit about them? What we care about is your kids, and that they're going to suffer for the shitty shit that you did on the internet. And this goes to, and this just proves too, like, if you're OnlyFansing on the internet very publicly, this shit will come back to haunt your children. I think the majority of people who are OnlyFans who have children will regret it when they're older. Prove me wrong. They'll regret that shit when they're older. If she regrets being having a shitty ass joke on the internet, imagine what's going to happen later. And they all talk about how the kids are going to suffer, and yet they still perpetuate. They still go on the internet and still do the same bullshit every day.
Be mindful in knowing that everyone is going through something or has gone through something that we know nothing about. The other day,
anyway, so just to recap, okay, what she did, just so you guys are aware and you don't miss it.
How cool would that be?
For a birthday?
Yes.
We could do it for your birthday.
All right, so just go along with what we have to say, okay?
Go, basically, lie, because she's lying. She's telling her kids to lie.
We are entering to win your Royal Caribbean cruise for Levi & Co's birthday next month. And why we think we should be chosen to... Just
the audacity, right? Like, just the cockiness and everything. You think you're going to get up here and be like, look, we're going to do this. It's going to go super viral. To be a fly on the wall when shit hits the fans for these influencers would be so awesome.
Because when they've been through a lot. And haven't you boys?
That's so gross.
When they were born...
Look at this jackwagon dickhole. Look at the smile on this guy. Yeah, look at this. You penis. You just absolute rusty dickhole. You should be ashamed of yourself. You guys deserve each other. Your children deserve better, though.
They had a triplet brother who they lost. And...
You piece of shit. It never gets easier.
Very sad.
They talk about him frequently. But they never got to meet him. So just, this would just be.
Maybe I didn't point this out last time, or maybe I did because I forget what I say. But these kids are just like, it's so normal for them to see their parents on camera being something different, that this doesn't even affect them. They thought the kids would be like, wait a minute, no. These kids are like, yeah, this is normal. Our normal life is our parents getting on camera and lying to everybody. That's great parenting.
Opportunity.
Yeah. They really miss their brother, and it has caused them great emotional stress throughout their childhood, grieving their triplet brother who they lost so sad in the womb.
I know, and that's the unfortunate part because we lost him so
still
young.
in denial.
How gross. You gotta watch this again. I don't have a brother. Yeah, I know, but how fortunate he died. Could you imagine doing this? These kids are confused. They're not acting along with you. They don't know what you were about to say. So this isn't funny. Especially not for them.
Denial. They're still in denial because of how...
What are you talking about?
Your triplet.
Lawrence.
What is that?
I'll edit that out, okay? But put your arms around each other.
Hear that again, too. I'll edit that out. These kids know what this shit means. Oh, I'll edit that out. We'll just edit that out. We'll just edit that out. We'll just edit that out. We'll edit everything out. These kids think that you can just edit shit out, and then they're going to get up and make a mistake, and they can't edit that shit out.
In loving memory of Lawrence. Please, Royal
You even
Caribbean.
gave this fake dead baby a name. Come on. Wow.
Bless these boys on their birthday. Right?
Did we miss you, Lawrence?
Oh my God, they made you say we miss you, Lawrence. Again, the mother effing audacity of these people to make these crazy videos, to think that they're so above everything and to just not be humans anymore. If anything, this is a lesson in, if anything, this should be a lesson in like influencer culture, that find a way to ground yourself to be a proper human being, because these people are not human beings anymore. They don't even know who they're interacting with. There's probably millions of fans that you've never seen nor will you ever see interacting. Isn't that weird to you? The people are seeing this, and then they get upset when this happens. They have to make apologies, and she's like, I want my kids to see this when I'm older. Then you shouldn't have made it. Maybe you should have just had some forethought. But again, I'll go back to what I just said. I know I repeat myself a lot in this situation, but this is just proof. This is just more evidence. What more do you need to know? That even influencers who are adults can't see the future and the outcome of what they're doing online. At any moment, shit like this can hit the fan. But you force your kids to be in that world without informed consent. They will, and you can't even give informed consent because you don't even know as a parent. Ugh. This wasn't very snarky. I thought it was gonna be snarky. It's not. I'm just upset. Jeez. So tell me what you think below. I don't know. That pisses me off, and it just continues to be every time they make a big ass mistake, they think they can just come bounce back from it. But they're not bouncing back, and you shouldn't let them bounce back from this. Don't watch them, nothing them, forget them. And if these parents really want to protect their children, get off the internet. You'll be fine. If you get off now, by the time your kids are old enough to be in high school, no one's going to remember who you are. No one's going to give a shit. So just get off the internet. If you really want to protect them, like you say, and you're going to cry your crocodile tears with the worship music behind you on TikTok, get off the internet. But you won't, will you? Because you're not actually telling the truth. You don't give two shits about what happens to your children when you get older. Otherwise, you wouldn't exploit them. Right? Right. All right, everybody, take a deep breath. We needed that one. We needed that one. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to stay beautiful. Don't fly flare. Forgive yourself if you have to. And I'll see you tomorrow.